Happy Saturday, YouTubers. Uh, this is going to be something different, something I don't generally get involved with. Y'all know that I like my locomotives quiet, quiet as can be. and it's just that way. I like locomotives with sound, don't get the wrong idea. And I like hearing the clickety clack and the, realism and all that too. Don't get me wrong. What I'm here to do today is to show what I am finding about a statement that I made that obviously was not true. And I'll be the first to admit when I make a mistake. Even though what I said was actual, it was spoken out of text and obviously shouldn't probably have been said. Okay, let's roll with this. What I said the other day on an update was that the Bachmann Spectrum engines are noisy, and in my opinion, they are noisy. But not every locomotive is the same. Just like us humans. You may look like me, but your voice may be different. You may be from a different country. You might have been built in 1970 and not 1990. Point I'm trying to make is that just because one or two of the Bachmann Spectrum engines that I have, they're kind of noisy. It seems to be something that is running in the Jeep, the GP series. Maybe there's a lot of extra room inside that shell to amplify things. I don't know what the case may be. Regardless, the statement I made was inaccurate because this little guy right here is a Bachmann Spectrum. This is a Fairbanks Morse model, Baltimore and Ohio. To prove my point, I was going to run this locomotive and show everybody how noisy they are. But as you're soon to see, this little dude's quiet as a mouse. So let's see if I can pull off this silly little presentation. You all bear with me and I'll do the best I can. All right. So yeah, first up will be the Fairbanks Morse Bachmann Spectrum. So let's sit back and enjoy. All right, well, next up is a BNSF GP40. This is a standard Bachmann Plus locomotive, dual flywheel, and what I am so happy with as far as the Bachmann sound. I'm hoping y'all can at least hear. All right, next up we have another Bachmann Plus GP40. Dear old Pops, he's my favorite. Generally quiet as a mouse. Let's have a look and see. All right, well, the test is going as expected so far. I'm going to finish off this little segment here with this Nickel Plate Road, number 904. This is a Bachmann, standard Bachmann, um, just a regular can motor. Decent little engine. It's kind of new, and it still has a little bit of a whine, as you may detect. Okay, y'all. This next culprit, this is also a Nickel Plate Road. This is 908. This is identical to the one you just saw, but now this one is a Spectrum, Bachmann Spectrum. Same engine, different style chassis. Has a split body chassis, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think that is what is causing the sound, you know? So much steel around the motor and whatnot, giving it amplification, possibly. I've tried everything, stuffing it with cotton, you know what I mean? Foam, not cotton, but foam. All my Velcro tricks, nothing seems to work. So give this guy a shot. All right. Well, I apologize for the neighbor's noisy truck interfering with the last one, but I think you kind of caught my drift. Last up for the test is another GP30 Bachmann Spectrum. Once again, you'll hear, if I'm correct, you'll hear a lot more vibrations, rattles, amplification, motor noise. Well, anyway, I don't know that we really proved anything or that we got to the bottom of the cause. I just, I made that statement the other day, and I don't want to offend people with the things I say. But then again, I don't want people to go out and buy things they see on my layout thinking that they're awesome, and they end up with some growly bear that annoys them to death. This really doesn't prove anything. They're not pulling freight. If they were pulling freight, there would be some difference to the sounds, the clickety clack and maybe a little more guts, in the gears. But just as an example, just a dry unit, some of those Bachmanns, they're so whisper quiet, and I love that. Back in the day when I made films with, set to music, I wanted it quiet as possible. I wanted to hear the music. Of course, I can't do that anymore, for obvious reasons, but I still like quiet. I don't want the engine to sound like it's being tortured. I don't want to be the reason that this poor little engine is suffering. And that quiet just reassures me that everything is okie dokie. Anyway, that's going to do it, folks. I'm going to sign off here with another quick little sample of the Bachmann Spectrum. In my opinion, it's noisy. And that's okay. That's probably what it was, designed to be. There's nothing wrong with that sound. It's just not the sound that I like. Let's put it that way. I like quiet. I want to hear that clickety clack. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah. Anyway, there you have it. Jesse's Bachman sound test. Hope y'all found this interesting. I'll talk to you down the track.